The Mavericks trade Grant Williams, Seth Curry, a 2027 first, and they receive Mr. Mid himself, P.J. Washington. Another trade that I predicted on OB's office.
Watch him gas up P.J. Washington now.
P.J. Washington. P.J. Washington, fun stat. One of 4 players in the NBA to have 900 possessions as a screener in pick and roll and 100 possessions as a ball handler in pick and roll. Who are the other 4? You said one. You got one right in the chat when I said this to you guys earlier. It was the obvious one.
Jokic, right?
Jokic is one. Who's the other 2?
I didn't get either.
Şengün.
Not Sengun.
That's a good guess, though.
LeBron.
Cat.
No.
Bam.
No.
So it was 900.
900 as
Joel.
a roller and 100 as the ball handler in pick and roll.
Is Joel
Not
on?
Joel.
No, it's not Joel. No.
Zion wasn't.
Not
Giannis?
Zion. Not Giannis.
I guessed that earlier, too. Yeah.
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle.
I guessed that in the chat and then second guessed myself.
Oh.
No, you didn't
What?
say Randle in the chat. You only said Jokic and Giannis.
I did.
He said Jokic and Giannis. You didn't say Randle to that.
Swear to God,
I
said
swear to
Julius
God you
Randle.
didn't.
You
because
didn't
I
say
would have said
Julius
yes. All right, who's the last one?
I don't know. Chunks, you have any guesses? How about you, producers? You guys have anything you want?
What's the stats again? Don't worry about it.
Laurie
No,
Martin.
No, you might as well.
Lauri Markkanen.
That's a
Nice.
good fucking
Thank
call.
you.
Trunks.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, man. PJ Washington, for as mid as he is, he's
I did.
All right, bro.
Nah, not that many roll man possessions.
oh, I just didn't answer.
Trucks, remember when you got locked in the college closet?
Anyways,
We bullied you?
Yeah, I mean, PJ Washington's a
closet.
guy who's going to come in and he changes a lot for this Mavericks team. Grant Williams, he's a cool guy, but he was shooting 50% from 3 the first, I think, 10 games of the season. The rest of the season, like 32% from 3. Grant Williams is a fake defender. You know what I mean? You'd think he's a good defender, but not really so much. PJ Washington
in the past.
could rebound the ball. He probably isn't as good of a 3-point shooter as Grant Williams. I wouldn't say he's shooting 32.4 this year. But he could create, man. He comes in and, Tim Hardaway is probably the guy, but like PJ Washington on most nights probably will be like the 3rd scoring option for these guys. And like I said, he gives you things in the pick and roll game. We know Luka's going to thrive in the pick and roll game, but when Luka's on the bench, when Kyrie's on the bench, this is a guy who could handle the ball and do some things for you that Grant Williams was just incapable of doing. So, I mean, I think it's, in terms of a grade, I mean, this is an A+ for me. Bro, what's so
over
funny,
there?
bro?
What happened?
Somebody,
Take the mic, please.
yeah, I love you.
Somebody said in the chat that Dean keeps twiddling his toes.
Bro, and I saw it.
I'm started watching Dean twiddle his toes.
My toes?
Your toes.
So what do you mean? What am I doing?
You just twiddled them
twiddling his
around,
toes,
bro.
like I shake them?
Yeah, you're doing it right now.
No,
yeah,
like
I
you-
mean,
Who said that?
no, like
Who's sleazy?
Oh my God. All right. Anyways,
All right.
back to PJ Washington. I do want to talk about this a little bit.
try to
because
keep
There
still.
were a few like pretty
got happy
decently
feet.
sized trades here. It's a W for the Mavs. It moves the needle like this much though. I don't
They don't
really
give
think it moves
W's
the
in
needle
school,
that
brother.
much.
That's not the grade.
It's an A minus. It's an A minus. It moves the needle, but does it move the needle that much for me? No, personally. But it was a good trade for what it was. It was a good trade for what it was. So
What else, before you go, I'm sorry, what else do the Mavericks need to move a needle?
I just don't know if I'm
When it
gonna
was
believe in them.
they didn't have a second ball handler and it was Kyrie. They went and got when they didn't have a second ball handler, they went out and got Kyrie. That wasn't good enough. They lost their depth. They now go out and get Grant Williams in the offseason. You draft Derek Lively. You get Derek Jones Jr. You get some guys, and you replenish your depth a little bit. Not good enough. We need another creator now. You go out and we need big man depth. Like we'll talk about the second
that
trade
was-
too.
Yeah, we
So
might
you
as well
go
mention
out,
that.
you go out and you get another creator, a guy who could play in the pick and roll with Luka, a guy who could play without Luka and PJ Washington. You get one of the best rolling big men in the NBA in Daniel Gafford. You will give up Rashawn Holmes, who's barely played for you in a first round pick. I mean, what else do they need now?
There's
think
just something
I just
missing.
I personally think it's still you're a wing defender away. Like I'm talking like not because I'm not trusting PJ Washington, real talk, to guard the best player on the other team consistently. And Josh Green is too small to guard the best wings in that conference on a consistent basis and do a good enough job. So I think the one thing that's missing from this team, like consistently, is that legitimate wing defender.
It's
You don't even,
Luka.
brother. That's the problem.
Respect Luka's defense.
I'm not disrespecting Luka's defense. I'm disrespecting the fact that you're gonna have Luka carry such a massive load on offense, and then you're gonna expect this guy to go fucking defend the best player on the other team.
Yeah, no, I agree. They could definitely use a wing defender.
That
I
is the
just
only
think-
thing. I think everything else they've shored up. They've done a really good job, but they're missing that
Yo,
to be a title contender in the Western Conference, in my personal.
hate to break real quick. Joe Flacco won comeback player over DeMar Hamlin. That's crazy.
Motherfucker almost died.
But the old guy wins it.
Yeah, but in terms of a grade, I mean, sucks giving up a first-round pick, but I'll go with an A. I won't give them the plus because you did give up first-round picks, but I mean, you bolstered this roster significantly to make a legit, they were on the fence. Maybe they might be in the play-in. They're like, this is a playoff lock. This is a top 6 seed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with Luka and Kyrie, like, I'll always stand on this. I've been standing on it since the trade happened. Luka and Kyrie, I don't care if you're the 1 seed. I don't care if you're the 6 seed. I don't care if you're the 10 seed and you have to go through the play-in. Well, Luka and Kyrie on your team, like, you're a title contender to me because you have a chance. Like, you have a legit chance. So,
Fair.
yeah, needles were moved for me, like, significantly.
Where are you guys at in terms of the Mavs deadline as a whole?
In
PJ
terms of both
Washington,
trades?
Yeah.
I
we'll put it-
like both trades. I'll side with you. I'll go with an A. PJ's a solid creator. You have called him many times the epitome of mid because he's just not bad at anything, but he's not really that
I
great at
can't
anything.
move needles.
Like, but I like Gafford too. He's a similar play style to Lively and a rim running athletic big man. I think he's almost an ideal backup center, so I like him a lot. And PJ's a cool scorer, not a great shooter. Again, not like we said, not great at anything,
He's
but
really
good
not.
he's
He
good at a lot
brings
of
you
stuff.
so much versatility, though, that you
Right.
didn't have.
Yeah.
You
Sure.
so many guys on that roster that are good at one thing. Obviously, Luka and Kyrie are great, but everyone else, it was just a roster full of guys who could offer you one thing. You have Tim Hardaway Jr., who's a shot chucker, Josh Green, who's good in transition, and that's about it. Derek Lively, who's good as a rim protector. Dwight Powell, who's, I guess, good at passing. I
Yeah,
don't
maybe
know.
Derek Jones Jr.
Derek
might
Jones
be that
Jr.?
guy.
Derek Jones Jr. has been phenomenal.
He's been really
for them,
good
bro.
for you
That's what I'm
guys.
saying.
Maybe
They
he's
have
that
some
guy.
guys, bro, but like what PJ brings to them is more than what some guys could like. PJ brings you what some guys combined do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
so
yeah.
versatile that he could play with so many different lineup combinations. It gives Jason Kidd so much more lineup versatility. So the same thing I said about the Kyrie trade, I'll say about this. It really depends about how Jason Kidd utilizes these guys. I mean, you got to get creative.
Yo, thank you, Trev. Appreciate you.
I
brother.
just I look at this Western Conference and I don't see them winning a series against any of these teams.
Go ahead, list them.
The OKC Thunder. No.
I would take the Mavs to beat the Thunder personally.
You taking the Mavs over the Thunder right now? I'm not taking the Mavericks over the
I
Thunder.
probably would.
I'm just not.
I think
Only
it's
because
a
of playoff
toss-up.
experience, and it's Luka.
If the
Luka
Mavs
and
are
Kyrie.
the 8 seed, or if the Mavs are the 7 seed and the Thunder are the 2 seed, the Thunder
right now it's 1-8.
Yeah, whatever it is, like if it's like that, the Thunder are shaking in their boots.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't
They're
think the
not
Thunder
ready
want
for
that.
that, bro.
All right, Timberwolves, Mavs,
The Mavs,
I'm gonna take the Mavs probably.
Nuggets, Mavs,
Nuggets,
Nuggets.
Clippers,
Definitely
Mavs,
the Nuggets.
Clippers,
Suns.
Clippers.
Suns, but that one's a coin flip for me right now.
I'm taking the Mavs. That's because Luka
Kings.
owns that franchise.
The Mavs.
Oh, definitely the
Yeah,
Mavs.
Mavs.
Lakers, who are under the Mavs.
Last year when I said the
Oh,
Mavs
everyone's
were
a good
definitely better than the Lakers, that's as soon as the Lakers turn their season around. So I'm gonna respect LeBron and AD and say that if it comes down to a playoff series, I'm gonna rock LeBron and AD.
He doesn't want to cause the curse.
Let's
again.
say
Yeah.
the Mavs play the Warriors in the play-in.
I'm taking the Mavs.
the Mavs.
Yeah.
I'm taking the
Warriors are
Mavs.
poverty, bro.
I think Steph. I wouldn't bet against Steph Curry in
In a
a
one-game
in a
situation.
one game situation.
I wouldn't count
that.
out
I
Luka
wouldn't bet
Doncic.
against
Yeah,
Luka.
I wouldn't bet
I
against
am
Luka.
against Curry. We don't need Clay.
You seen Klay Thompson,
We don't
though?
need- we got
boy's
Kuminga.
washed.
We got the bucket.
The cum bucket.
The cum bucket.
Get it right.
I seen
The
the,
bucket.
Get it right.
nicknames they're
The
giving.
bucket.
Cum bucket and Steph. Cum shot.
No shot.
I saw the cum brothers.
Cum brothers.
That's
Curry cum.
Curry cum.
Oh my god.
But I think my point was that I think I look at a lot of Western Conference teams, and I think the
I don't know.
only
You
teams,
named a lot of them, and we said
And we
the
all said
Mavs
Mavs.
to a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think we said 3 teams that we would pick over the Mavs. So yeah, I mean, it's they're you could argue the 4th most terrifying team in the West.
See,
I just
like-
think my point is they're not. I don't think they're terrifying.
Who do you think they don't beat?
You think
The Thunder,
beat them?
Nuggets, Clippers, Suns, not beating
I agree
any of
with the
those
Suns.
teams.
And I would pick the Lakers probably.
So
They're not beating the top half of the Western Conference playoff teams. They're just not.
the thing is, though, it's
They
not
can't.
like a. It's not like if the Celtics were playing the Bulls to where we're saying the Bulls can't beat the Celtics. Like, the Mavs, like, Luka could just have, like, he's just one of those dudes that could have a 4-game stretch to where, and I know, like, anyone could beat anyone on any given night, but, like, Luka and Kyrie could have one of those 4-game stretches to where they can beat anyone.
That's fine, but this is the problem with the Mavericks. You're so dependent on these two guys carrying the Mavericks through 16 games to win you a championship, and I don't see that happening against the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Suns. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
When you're
I
so
don't see
dependent
that
on
against the Nuggets,
when you don't
Clippers,
see
or
the
Suns either.
I think the
but
Nuggets are the only team that you just can't beat.
I'm cool with
personally.
that. Yeah, I'm cool
Every
with
other
that.
team, I think because Luka owns the fucking Clippers. We know
he
that.
does.
Owns the fucking Clippers.
I don't know.
Thunder, I
You
think, are
haven't-
too young. Suns,
Luka owns the Suns too. Let's not
he
get that
owns the
twisted.
Suns as well. And it's just, these super teams with Kevin Durant just never work out.
Yeah,
Well, you saw KD with the
DJ's
Suns
in the
in
chat.
one-
He
one
said the
playoff
Mavs
run.
can beat these teams, but they're not making the finals.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm cool. I agree with that. Like, I don't think that I'm the Mavs guy. I don't think the Mavs are a finals team right now, but can the Mavs make a conference finals run? Can they win 2 series?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let them somehow match up with the Kings in the first round. Let them somehow match up with the Timberwolves in the first round. Those teams don't want to see Luka and Kyrie, bro. They don't
Yeah,
want to see Luka and Kyrie. No one wants to see Luka and Kyrie.
But I
Even
also
those-
think the T-Wolves can beat you guys. The Thunder can beat you guys in a 7-game series.
no, the West is loaded. Like,
So, yeah.
like there's some guys out there. Like, but I don't know. I don't. No one wants to see Luka. Like, it's just even the teams that we say.
Different story, though.
Even the teams that were giving the Mavs no chance against, like the Clippers, even the Nuggets,
say that.
bro. I'm not saying the Mavs have a chance to beat the Nuggets, but say it ends up being Nuggets Mavs in the first round. That's just how the seeding goes. I'm telling you right now, the Nuggets would rather face any of the other bottom half teams in the Western Conference.
As in Sacramento.
Sacramento.
I don't think they'd rather see the Lakers.
But how much is that saying that they're the best bottom half of the playoff teams, bro? Okay,
With potential to beat anybody, though.
I don't know.
I can't say the
But
same about the
but-
Kings.
but-
I can't say the
But
same
what we're talking about is the roster construction after the deadline, and I don't think that their roster is where it should be when you're
I
trying to
think
win
PJ
championships.
Washington's a guy who could come in and average 17, give you his 3-point percentage will probably go up. It's at what I say, it's at 32 right
32.
now.
He'll get
Could probably get up to like 36 playing with Luka. He's a guy whose numbers are going to go up playing with Luka. Like, Luka generates good looks for anyone.
Especially as a role man.
Josh Green's a guy who's gotten it going lately. Tim Hardaway might be the 6th man of the year right now. Derek Lively's been great as a rookie. You add another guy who does similar things and probably does them better right now in terms of Daniel Gafford. Like, PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, in exchange for Grant Williams and 2 guys who don't play, and Seth Curry and Rashawn Holmes, move needles.
I think they get better, but the team as a whole is too, in my opinion, dependent on their 2 stars.
No, they are. They
are.
It's make or
probably
break.
Aside from the Lakers, they are probably the most dependent on.
Even the Lakers, I think, are more filled out than the Mavericks.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It's I mean, D'Lo
Most
and
of
Reeves.
these teams-
D'Lo,
yeah.
Reeves, Hachimura at
Nah,
times.
don't do that.
At
Rui
times.
sucks.
Do you guys think it's impossible for PJ Washington to average 17 in the playoffs?
I think 17 is pretty decently realistic when you're next to Kyrie and Luka. He's gonna play 38 minutes, 40
For
minutes a
PJ
game.
Washington?
I don't think 17 is crazy.
I don't think it's crazy, but
I mean, with the gravity everyone else is pulling,
How about
that's
instead of I
just
say
open
17,
shots.
how
see
about
why
I
he
say
can't score
a super efficient 15
Yeah, exactly.
to
Yeah, I
17?
mean, I guess
for DJ in the
it's
chat,
all the
like
same
is that
shit.
it?
Yeah.
Sound better?
I don't think
'Cause that-
17 is crazy.
Yeah, I
in
don't think
the modern
17
NBA.
is really
think so
out
either.
of
For-
the
for
realm
a
of
third
possibility.
option?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the
Especially
end of the
when
day, teams are going to make guys like PJ and Josh and Max beat them, and they just
Yes.
can't do that. That's a good point, but we also know that we've seen it from Luka that Luka will go no matter what type of defense you play. Luka will go out there and beat you by himself. It doesn't matter. Throw two guys at him, he'll still give you 40.
But
He's that guy. No, I agree. It's hard to sustain that
Yes,
in the playoffs. I agree.
exactly.
I'm not saying they're going to
Yeah,
the
that's
fucking
why he's saying
final.
a series or two.
I'm
yeah.
saying they could win a series or two.
Do you think they're
it's not-
contenders?
I wouldn't be shocked if they went to the finals. I think there's a good amount of teams that I'd pick over them, but like, I think you have when you're talking about contenders. When you get to the end of your list, I think you have to give them Luka and Kyrie that respect and throw them in there.
I'd
In
be
my
shocked.
opinion,
I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked.
I would be very shocked.
I'd be
as
shocked.
well.
surprised. Yeah.
And
I'd
do
be
you think the
pretty
Knicks are contenders?
I think it takes
That was my other question.
I think it takes a Cinderella run for the Mavericks to make it to the NBA Finals.
I agree. It would be a Cinderella run,
Which that's
but
not a contender.
shock.
I wouldn't be shocked if Luka Doncic goes on a Cinderella run because he's fucking Luka Doncic.
All right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like, I
that,
get
but
what
that doesn't
you guys
put
are
him in the
saying, but, like,
contender category, is what I'm saying.
I'm saying, in my opinion, when I'm listing my contenders, I'm throwing them at the bottom of that list.
have we listed our contenders?
We could list our
All
contenders.
right, let's go for it. Clippers.
Yeah.
In the West?
Yeah,
Just in the
We'll,
West,
we'll
right?
go. We'll go overall.
We'll go
NBA.
West first.
Yeah, let's
We'll
do the West
stick
first.
with the West first. Clippers. Nuggets for sure. We say the Suns have now entered contender tier or no?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The Suns are a
Do
contender.
you consider the Thunder contenders?
As it currently
To
stands,
me, like, I'd be more shocked if OKC wins the title than the
and the
Mavs.
Mavs, I agree with that.
I would
that
be as well.
crazy to
No, I
say?
agree with you.
But-
Just because they're a super young team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I-
arguably youngest in the NBA. I think they're
exactly.
close to it,
Minnesota?
whatever.
I'd be shocked if
I don't
Minnesota
think
won
they're
a
contenders.
championship.
Minnesota's
At
not a
all.
contender.
They're
Like,
not contenders.
I think OKC is a contender, though. As it stands right now, I think they are.
I wouldn't call OKC a contender personally. Would you?
Minnesota's
Never seen
fake.
them in a playoff environment.
No.
The other three that we listed are definitely.
Again, like you said with the Mavs, I'd be more surprised if the Thunder won than, say, a team like the Lakers if they made a run like they did last year to the conference finals. Like, I'd be more surprised if the Thunder made it to the finals
we
than the
call
Lakers.
the Lakers a contender. I feel like as long
So
as you have
Trevor
LeBron
says
and
a
AD.
contender is someone you are confident in right now to make the finals.
Yeah.
And no, the Mavericks aren't a contender. I'm not confident in it.
Okay, that's fair.
So teams we're confident in, it's in the West,
Clippers,
it's
Nuggets,
the
Suns.
Clippers, Nuggets, Suns, and that's it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's it.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
None of us would include the Lakers.
No.
You can't.
I'd
No.
I'd have to put them in like that fringe category, but that's not what we're
Okay.
that's not
Yeah,
what we're
yeah.
basing here.
So
But
They're
again,
in the-
it's the
they're
same
in their
argument
own
because
category.
you're never
Yeah.
surprised if LeBron James and Anthony Davis make the finals. It's just not
But how
going to be
confident
surprising.
are you? That's like
I'm
the
not
point, Trevor.
confident.
Like
You
based
wouldn't
on
say
what
you're
Trevor
confident.
just said.
No,
yeah,
not
You wouldn't
confident.
throw a side
Right.
bet on the Lakers potentially making this.
That's not
Actually,
confident.
their
I
odds,
would.
their odds
Yeah.
might be
I
pretty
would.
Yeah, but that's not confident.
That's true.
You know?
yeah,
It's odd
that's
dependent.
just
Right.
being a
Yeah.
degenerate. Like, oh wow, these are good odds.
Very, very good point. All right, so that's the three there.